Hello team, once again I want to welcome you for this beautiful presentation today. Following the previous presentation about MDR TB treatment and regimens, I've received many messages in my inbox asking about now at different stages of the TB disease. Others were asking about what active TB and inactive TB mean. So here I am, let's dive into that, and I really appreciate such kind of feedback from you people. Then also to the team of the cardiothoracic nurses, I give you a salute. So diving into disease stages, we have two stages of TB disease. One, that is latent TB. Latent TB, it means one has the bacilli. So you have that TB causative agent, what we call Mycobacterium tuberculosis, in your body or in your bloodstream. But what happens is inactive. It's not active. So meaning one can have it, you don't have signs and symptoms like how it is in active TB. So this is what happens. If there's any trigger, for example, maybe your body is compromised, the ISS patients, malnutrition, and so on, it can actually lead to activation of this latent TB into active TB. So CDC actually tells us that it gives us an estimate of 13 million people in the US are having latent TB. That is around, meaning 5 to 10% of people can actually also develop active TB. So in Uganda, we have not had sufficient studies. The studies are really post, so they are really scanty. But a few studies, for example, the one which was done in 2015 showed that 49% of Ugandans with specific conditions have latent TB. And globally, we have 25% of the population having latent TB. So you can see that we really can't take it for granted that anytime it can become active TB. So what happens with the latent TB? You will have your disease, you'll have it, but you are not going to see any signs and symptoms, not until it becomes activated and it becomes active TB. So how do we know this? That maybe I have latent TB. So we always do some measuring, the two tests. They're not all that common, but this is how we can detect that one has latent TB. One, we have what we call IGRA. So IGRA is just a test which we do. Then from the lab people, they will tell you that now, according to the result, this person has. So in simple terms, this is what we call interferon gamma ray release assay is done to individuals so that we are able to identify whether they have latent TB or active TB. Then there's also another type which can be done, and this is what we call mantle skin test. So this one can be done actually. It also looks at different proteins, reactions of different proteins. So if it is done, and for example, they do it on the skin and maybe there is a reaction, that will really tell you that this person actually has a TB or latent TB. So it is really ideal that we take a step ahead, that we always have to check ourselves. We get in touch with the health care worker, maybe for assessment of the signs and